What's up, you beautiful people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode. My name is John Huynh, and welcome back to another slice of my life. Today, we're going to be continuing with my SoCal trip back in September, and this is going to be our 5th out of 6 days in SoCal. And of course, we're going to be spending the day in San Diego. Now, San Diego is a place where I don't really go often. It's been quite a long time since I stopped by San Diego, and I've never spent an entire day in San Diego. And I told Mickey that I really wanted to go check out Balboa Park, and it was a really good excuse for us to go to San Diego for the day. So go ahead and follow me through this episode as we go through this San Diego journey together. I really wish you could have stayed at Balboa Park a little bit more. I thought we were going to come back later at nighttime, but I think we ran out of time. So unfortunately, we only stopped by before sunset, and then we headed back to Orange County right after dinner at a couple restaurants. So yeah, go ahead and stay tuned as I talk about what we're going to be going through for our San Diego trip today. Alright, so we were up pretty late last night after Mickey's birthday. We stayed up until probably around 3 to 4 a.m. So we left for San Diego a little bit late this morning. I think we got on the road around 11 to noonish. And yeah, the drive was about an hour and a half to get to La Jolla, which is our first stop. And I never miss the scenery from driving from Orange County to San Diego. It is beautiful. Again, it's been a long time, so I really like going on little road trips like this. And Mickey told me about these orange and white patterns for the lanes in San Diego, which is really cool. But yeah, anyways, enjoy the video of the scenic drive. One of the things that always turned me off about going to San Diego is the traffic, as well as it feeling is super long drive. I mean, it's only an hour and a half, but it feels so much longer. But being a passenger for once and having Mickey drive, it was actually such a beautiful scenery. So I really do want to go back to San Diego a lot more, especially after this trip, because I'm sure there's so much more things to do and explore. So our first stop will take us to the taco stand, and Mickey told us that this is a pretty popular taco spot, and they had a lot of really unique items. This place was extremely small, so it was really hard to film and eat. It was really loud in here as well. But I really liked seeing them make the masa with making tortilla, and yeah, see them grill it and then chop up some meat in the back. It was a really interesting place for sure for tacos, San Diego style. So for some reason, it was just extremely busy here, so it was really hard for me to find a place to do a filming segment to talk about the food, so I really didn't do it because I was super hangry, and I ended up walking around with my bag of food closer to the La Jolla beach, and by the time I ate it, it was already soggy and super cold, so I wasn't really feeling it. So yeah, maybe next time. So as soon as we finished eating, we took a walk to La Jolla beach because it was in walking distance, and it was just better to not have to fight for parking. So we ended up walking, and we stopped by this museum, and they had this back patio area, and it had the most beautiful view of the beaches over here in San Diego. People tell me all the time that San Diego has really beautiful cities and beaches, and this is the first time I've actually taken this all in, especially during the daytime as well, so this is just really fun. And of course, here is my cousin Chris being a fool.
Oh, perfect.
Hold that. Go high.
Yes.
There we go.
My eyes.
And as we got closer down, we noticed that there were this field with all of these bubbles. They were blowing bubbles all over the place, and it was really fun seeing all these people running around blowing huge bubbles. So yeah, we stood here for about 20-30 minutes just to take it in. Really nice. Look at Alan trying to film it. But yeah, I really appreciate moments like this just because it's really relaxing, and we didn't really plan on seeing this, so it's kind of a nice surprise for us to stumble upon this and then kind of spend some time here, especially such a chill day. We're already late and we're all pretty tired, so good excuse to stay still. And And we finally made it to arguably my favorite moment of the day. We got to the pier and we got to see the seals. I didn't know you were allowed to be so close to seals.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was like 20 chilling in the
oh really? Alright. There's like 5 stacked on top of each other.
Oh, I see the water bubble.
Oh, you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh yeah, I see it right here. He got bored of it. Are they mating?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You see it? Look at him, dude. That's hella funny. Look at him. Wailing his head. Now he's using his mouth to scratch his tail. Alright. Oh, look at the baby one at the rock. He's just laying there. Oh look, they're going to the little cave. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I thought they only are. It's wailing, dude. Look at that big one. You like the whiskers, dude? Cắn cù rất luôn. Are sea lions the one that are dangerous?
Yeah.
Sea lions are dangerous, right?
Because seals are like
Dude, Sundays, am I right? We were falling behind schedule, so we ran all the way back to our cars, and now we're leaving to get to Balboa Park. We wanted to get there before sunset, and then because we also have a dinner reservation, so we had to make sure that we left a little early. So another little road trip here, seeing just the countryside over here, and yeah, again, just beautiful. And now we're finally here. This is the entrance to Balboa Park. As you can see, this tall, enormous tower, and as soon as you get inside, you can tell immediately that this is Balboa Park. It is pretty iconic. So yeah, at this moment we just had parked and now we're walking in, and I wanted to go to the Japanese garden, but you had to pay for it, so we had to skip it. And I didn't know how long we were staying, so I was only able to film this portion right here, which is the most iconic part of Balboa Park, and we left. And then just like that, we're again on the road again, and Mickey wanted to take us to see the sunset at this spot that is most famous. I forgot what it's called, but by the time we got here, we noticed that there's a thick wall of cloud and it basically blocked the entire sun, so we basically didn't even get to see our sunset. But nonetheless, this was a beautiful view of the ocean. as well as the remaining sunset. So it was still a win in my books, and I definitely would like to come back next time and see the sun setting without all this big wall of clouds covering it. I mean, just look at this, it's just beautiful. And then there's actually staircases here that would take you all the way down to the beach itself, so hopefully that's something that we will explore in the future. And in a blink of an eye, we are on our way to our dinner reservation. We didn't know this at the time, but there was some kind of rave happening just a few blocks away from here, so parking was kind of ass, so we parked and then we finally walked over, and the view at night is beautiful here, even right here in this downtown area.
This guy's unhinged.
We finally made it to our dinner reservation at Animae, which is a steakhouse where Asian flavors meet fine dining, and it's run by an executive chef. Her name is Tara Manasad, and she's Filipino, and a lot of her dishes are Asian inspired with some Filipino inspiration as well. And the interior in here is fantastic. I really dig this place. Definitely one of the most beautiful restaurants I've seen, and I love how clean and sleek everything is. And yeah, I mean, judging by this menu as well, I like how it's a very simple menu, not overwhelming with too many options, and there are a lot of really interesting things that catch your eye immediately, which I really appreciate in a restaurant, especially if you're doing fine dining. So our first appetizer is going to be the A5 Wagyu tartare with a toasted milk bread. I would say arguably this is our first appetizer or first dish of the night, and it's definitely my favorite dish of the night as well. Up next we have the jawnhuynhco with this apple pate and plum sauce, and it was out of this world. And up next we have this Taiwanese popcorn chicken with a Thai basil aioli. We have the short rib kare kare, which is like a peanut sauce dish with eggplant, and then we have the spicy cumin lamb noodle, lamb ragu with cilantro breadcrumbs, and then to end it we have a charred broccolini. I love broccolini, so that was really good. Glowing
With the candle.
and of course we gotta keep the birthday celebrations going. And for dessert, we ended the night with ube profiteroles, which is a ube pastry cream, coconut, and cheese tuile. With that being said, let's run it back a little bit because I want to take this time to actually talk about the restaurant and kind of give it my overview and overall thoughts about this place. There were a lot of dishes that kind of stood out, like the A5 Wagyu tartare with the milk bread, as well as the jawnhuynhco with that apple pate, which really did it justice. But I mean, the Taiwanese chicken, it was very normal. I think the only cool thing was the sauce. The kare kare was alright. I will say the short rib was nice and tender, but I mean, I feel like the chef here is holding back a lot. I'm not sure if it has to do with the demographics, but the taste profile seems to be almost there, but then it kind of holds itself back, and I was just a little bit disappointed, and I definitely wouldn't come back until some things are changed. But I really do like the atmosphere and vibe of this place. I definitely want to come back, but for now it just doesn't really hold up to my standards, especially for the dessert. This is not a profiterole. After having eaten domi, this is definitely not what I'm used to, so I'd like to see a revision of this. With our disappointing dinner service, it was time to go to Tacos del Gordo. It was my first time being here. I've heard about this place so many times, and especially the adobada as well as the al pastor. So we're here to try a couple of tacos. Of course, we're already here in San Diego, so this is a really fun experience. I thought it was a bit confusing at first on how you order everything. It's a bit overwhelming, but once you figure it out, the system is really cool. So first we got the adobada, and I ordered a couple other things like tripa and lengua, and then we also have the al pastor here. And with that said, I also want to take the time to talk about Tacos del Gordo and do an official opinion about this place. I think it is definitely overhyped. I'm not sure if it was just a bad night or I've had too many tacos in my life at this point in Los Angeles that I'm not used to this style of tacos. You know, knowing it's from Tijuana, I should really like it, but for some reason, you know, it was definitely subpar. I definitely find a lot of other taco places in LA that I appreciate a lot more. There's definitely way better, you know, asada, way better tripa, better al pastor. Our favorite taco spot for al pastor is Tamix, and I still think it's better than this place. So yeah, that's really unfortunate, but all three places that I ate at in San Diego, I found it to be really subpar, and I left it with a sour note, but you know, I really had a good time and I really enjoyed San Diego regardless. Alright, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and close off this episode, and I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, our last one for SoCal in September.